Hey everyone, I'm Russ, and welcome back to 81Crowe. Now, before we get this video started, first and foremost, I would like to apologize to all my subs, including all the new ones, for the lack of uploads over the last month. I am really sorry about that, guys. Between my tour schedule with Rick, my personal life, and being sick, my body said no, and for once in my adult life, I listened, and I've been taking it easy. But, in the words of Cosmo Kramer...
Okay, we're back!
That's right, we're back. And we're back with a video that I never thought I would have a chance to make on this channel. And I know a lot of YouTubers use that line, but for me, I couldn't be more sincere with that statement. Because, let's face it, this is not a mainstream channel. I wear the same black t-shirt in just about every video. I don't do product unboxings. I don't deal with technology. I don't drive cool cars. And the numbers that I have seen on this channel since the origin in 2011, when I started this thing in my childhood bedroom, I still can't believe it. Okay, let's look at it. Almost 9,000 subs. Over 2.2 million channel views for a bluegrass channel. I play banjo. And I still can't believe that. Like I said, I started this channel in 2011 in my childhood bedroom. I never anticipated it getting to this point. The whole reason why I started it was to make videos to occasionally send to my family and grandparents, just so they could see what I was doing. And it's just kind of taken off. I've been able to meet some insanely cool people because of it. I've got to do some collaborations with some really cool YouTubers. I've got to work on here with some really close friends. And there's some new content, hopefully to be filmed very soon, with some other really stellar artists. And those are things that I can't wait to show you guys. But for this video, for the 200th post, I thought we'd do something special. And it's also a good reason for me to say, hey, if you're not already, you should follow me on other forms of social media, all under the handle 81Crowe. Easy to remember. Just read the head in the background. There you go. But a little bit ago, I opened up my Instagram account for a little Q&A and asked people to just toss questions out. And you know what? You guys really came up with some good ones. So, for the 200th post, we're going to do a little Q&A and try to answer some questions. I'm going to try to answer some questions. Okay, here we go. Leading off, Matthew would like to know, what is the fastest BPM you've ever played to? BPM, beats per minute. Matthew, I'd have to say it was Pig in a Pen. There was one trip a while back, Scott in Mulvihill was still playing bass. As you know, the two of us have a coffee addiction, and the bus driver forgot to remove a very expensive espresso maker from the kitchen of the bus and put it below. It was a different band's piece of equipment. We didn't know that. It was there. So we got some really stout coffee beans, and we were making small Keurig cups of coffee, and then probably putting anywhere from 3 to 4 shots of espresso in there. And we did Pig in a Pen so fast that Ricky had a hard time playing the mandolin break, and I was issued a verbal speeding ticket on stage by him. And I still think that's awesome. He was okay. You know, he gave me the eyebrow, which is fun to be on the receiving end of. But I'd say that we were probably in the neighborhood of 200 to probably 202 maybe. It was flying. It was absolutely flying. So we're gonna say 202. Jake would like to know, when did you start playing the banjo? Jake, I started playing banjo just before my 10th birthday, but my father's a luthier. I've grown up around these instruments, and I have been obsessed since day one. But to answer your question, 9.5. Steve would like to know what my music guilty pleasures are. Now, these answers come from my good friend back home, Scott Studer. Because of our time running around in his car during high school, music guilty pleasures would have to include Van Halen, Kansas, Foreigner, Boston, Led Zeppelin, ZZ Top, Kiss, the Eagles, that kind of stuff. Sam would like to know what types of accessories I have on my banjo. Okay, for a show, the accessories that I have on my banjo, I have an extra thumb pick on one of the hooks in case, for whatever reason, one falls off or something happens and I need to get one in a hurry. I have an extra thumb pick on hand. I have an Elliott Elite capo. I have another capo that I use real quick for playing in C at the 5th fret. Because the Elliott capo is a sliding capo and it works from the nut all the way up to the 5th string tuner at the 4th fret. So I have a second one that I use just for C songs, like when we do Rawhide at the end of the night. But mostly use the Elliott, so I have those three things. And I also have a small tuner that I keep on the headstock of the banjo. John would like to know if I find any playability differences, good or bad, between the Prukas and the Gold Stars that I play. The answer is no. They are all set up for me pretty much identically with the string spacing at the nut, the bridge size, and action and things like that. But playability-wise, they are all completely on a level playing field, and they're fantastic. You ever come out to a show, please find me and check it out for yourself. Judd would like to know, what are some of the albums you have worked on, love your picking, and want to hear more? Thank you, Judd. Projects that I've worked on, I have two of my own. I have Avenue of the Giants and Last Chance. You can find me on two projects with Audie Blaylock and Redline. I'm on Hard Country and Going Back to Old Kentucky. I'm on one track of Ricky and Sharon's Hearts Like Ours project. I'm on one track of the current Isaacs release. They redid He Ain't Never Done Me Nothing But Good. That was a lot of fun to play on. And I'm on Jake Workman's new project, which has not been released yet, but y'all are really going to want to keep an eye open for that, because that features the talents of Jake, Sierra Hull, Jeff Picker, Stuart Duncan, Justin Moses, Ricky. So those are some projects that you can check out, both currently out and soon to be out, and you can listen to more of my banjo playing. Thank you, Judd. Ben would like to know what has helped you the most evolve from just a basic banjo player to the great player you are. Shoot. Ben, I would say what's helped me evolve in my playing is having the instrument in my hands as much as I possibly can stand it. I'd say on a lighter day, I have the very blessed good fortune of pretty much having a quiet house to myself throughout the day. My wife works during the week, and I usually tend to work during the weekends. So I have free run of the house. I'd say on a light day, I usually play between 2 and 3 hours. And when there's stuff that I really need to focus on, I'm playing upwards of 5 to 6 hours. I mean, I'll take breaks in between, but I'm playing constantly. So that's really helped me. And, mix up how you're playing and you're practicing. Play along with a click track. Play along with CDs. Learn that music breathes. It's not... In some cases, it can be very metronomic and, it just won't move. But then it's very sterile and there's no life to it. Really good music breathes. It'll push a little bit. It'll pull back a little bit. It's breathing, it's moving, it's alive. So learning to regiment yourself between those worlds where you're not running away with it, but you're also not dragging. Play with a drum machine, play with CDs, get out, find jam sessions, play with other musicians. But the bottom line is just have the instrument in your hands and play music as much as you can. That's what's really helped me, is just avoiding other distractions in life and just playing. I'd love to know how many hours I have behind a banjo over the last 20 years, because it would be an absurdly big number. It would be pretty large. Shar would like to know, I know the number changes, but currently, as of seeing this, how many banjos do you own? Well, okay, that I am playing out publicly in Ricky's band. The answer is 5. I have 5. But wall hangers, parts, pieces, old-time bluegrass, and various banjo-shaped items, the number is 17. I have 17. Okay, one more question, guys. Joey would like to know, what draws you to the banjo? That's a great question. And the simple answer is everything. I love everything about this instrument. I love the sonic changes that you can make just by setting it up differently. I love that guys like Bela Fleck have been able to take this instrument and introduce it to the jazz community, the classical community. That you can play traditional bluegrass, you can play modern bluegrass, you can really make it sound sharp, you can have a very really good attack, or you can move your hand up and you can bring out the bell-like qualities. You can make it sound musical, you can make it full and rich. You can play with a flat pick and play Irish tenors. You can play Dixieland jazz. You can do whatever you want with this instrument if you have the determination to do it. So the simple answer is everything. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this very first Q&A. I hope that there were some things that you were able to take away from this. And like I said, follow me across social media, including Instagram. I want to do more of these. So, I mean, if you guys have questions, hit me with the best ones you got, and I'll respond to them right here on the channel. Stay tuned. There's a lot of really fun stuff coming up this month. I'm going to bring the vlog camera back. We're going to go out to Red Rocks with Lyle Lovett. We're going to do a lot of really fun stuff this month, so stay tuned right here on 81Crowe. But before I let you go, I do have one little piece of homework for you guys. I want you to go to the comment section below, and I want to know what your favorite memory is on the channel. What's your favorite jam session? What was your favorite trip? What's your favorite camera that I use? What is your favorite moment or memory on the channel? I really am curious about that. But for the 200th time, from Nashville, Tennessee, I am Russell Carson. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And remember, keep rolling.